me again. Dinner's not ready yet. Pizza, though. Ooh, can't wait. Jeff, again, it's not your fault. And thank you again for tuning in. 2 videos one night. I tell you what, man, doesn't get any better than that. So, again, this covered step 8. Want to go ahead and slide into step 9 because they are hooked together like peanut butter and jelly. So, again, like, subscribe. The subscribe button down in the corner right here. I think it's over in this corner. That corner? It's in the corner. Little red thing, subscribe. So, let me give you 5 seconds. If you don't subscribe, I'm going to sing Miley Cyrus a cappella. So 5, 4, it's coming. 3, 2. Good. I'll tell you what, because I can't carry a tune in a bucket. So thank you for that. You saved me some embarrassment. And her too, probably. Although she probably can't get too much more embarrassed. So step 9. Here we go. Let me go ahead and consult my physician's desk reference for sobriety and serenity. It's called the One Day at a Time. Made direct amends to such people whenever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. So we just got finished talking about making a list of all the people you have harmed and be ready to make amends to them. Well, now is the process. We actually have to go ahead and go forward. And one step was taking care of the list. Now it's finding those people and making the amends. So whenever possible, and when it's not going to harm them or others. If you go to somebody and have the intention of making things right, that's the right attitude. If you go with the attitude that, I'm going to go and apologize to them, but they were just as wrong as I was, so I better get my apology too. Again, let me consult the book of Magic 8 Balls. What if I don't get my apology, Jeff? My amends. What happens then? Who cares? It's not going to change your life any. It's about you, not them. They work their steps, you work yours, right? So if we approach this with a attitude of, what about me? You're going about the wrong way. Step 9 is something that is intimidating. At the same time, it's so forgiving because you have the ability to not only build bridges, make amends, whatever cliche you want to use, but you can heal old wounds. A lot of times we go into this thinking, well, I'm pretty sure I apologized to them before. You know what? If your subconscious made you put it down on that piece of paper, you probably didn't do a very good job of it. And if somebody that you made amends to comes to you later on and says, you know what? I didn't really think that was a very good apology. I need another one. George Costanza. You know what? If you're working your program right, why not? Listen, it's not about them. It's about you. If you've given the amends one time and it didn't take, according to them, give it to them again. Once you've made the decision to make the amends, then do it. Who cares? This whole process is about taking your power back. You can take your power back by stop enabling, stop being codependent. But Jeff, I'm not a codependent. Yes, you are, because you're tuning in here. If you're tuning in here, it's not because you want to see my ugly face or check out my t-shirts or my hair care products. I use Prel. Cleans their hair right down to the root, But listen, you're tuning in here because you searched somewhere and there's one of these bars up on top helping your loved one with recovery. And maybe you got onto my page because I'm a little bit different than most of these other pages here. I'm not going to tell you how you can help your loved one get to recovery because you can't. But you can help yourself get to serenity. Okay? You can't help them. You can't help them. You can't help them. Louder for the ones in the back. You can't help them. You can't. You can love them. You can pray for them, but give it up to God. But you need to do this for you. So if you've made the determination that you need to give some their amends, then do it. And you want to be, an engineer about this whole thing, make a list, check it off as they go. You'll know in your heart if it was a good amends or not. You'll know if it was true or not. My priest used to always say, if you give a confession, but you hold back some of your sins, you're not getting the full tilt boogie of the forgiveness, the confession, the blessing afterwards. If you hold back a amends to somebody or give it a half-ass try, all you're doing is kidding yourself. Okay? Would you want your loved one? Let's go and switch gears a little bit. Would you want your loved one to half-ass their recovery? Would you? So why would you want to half-ass your serenity? Okay? It's sauce for the goose is sauce for the Gila monster. Step 9, make the amends. Step 8 is making the list. Step 9 is actually functioning the step 8 out and putting it to use, and actually going out, making the amends. You can call, you can write people, you can email people, but just give it your all. Well, you had a question? Oh, hold on. Let me read what it says here. Hold on. What if the person is deceased or no longer in your life? Easy. Glad you wrote that. Appreciate that. If someone is deceased in your life, or someone is no longer in your life, and you need to make amends to them, you can very easily. It sounds ridiculous, but it works. Write it on a piece of paper, put it someplace safe, and set it on fire. I'm sorry I wronged you, mom, dad, sister, brother. Light it on fire, and it goes up into the heavens, and they'll get it eventually. Some people have tied their amends to a balloon. Don't know if I want to have any first and last names on that balloon, but listen, I've said it a million times. Whatever club in your bag gets you to the green, swing away. Okay, swing away. So as you work these steps, it'll become like riding a bike. It becomes easier and easier, and eventually it'll take your training wheels off, and you'll be able to get through them. Well, Jeff, after I'm finished my steps, I get a certificate, right? I'm done? No, no, no. You can never stop watching these videos because you're never actually done with the steps. You work them over and over and over again because they're like this is your medicine. In order for them to stay in recovery, they have to keep on working their steps, going to programs, going to meetings, working their sponsorship, praying and meditating. It goes the same for you. Keep on working your steps, get your sponsor, become a sponsor, pray, meditate. Check out these videos on YouTube called It's Not Your Fault. The guy's amazing. So engaging, handsome, but in all seriousness, if you keep on working your things you have to do, you'll get to the point where you actually can live your life, smile, laugh, joke, just feel like a human being again. That's what we all want, isn't it? We all want to just feel like a human being again. So, wanted to wrap that up again for you. Step 8 slides right into step 9. Step 8 is the process of making the list. Step 9 is the process of actually executing can I say executing on YouTube? What's the judges say? Okay. Okay. Making the process of fulfilling the amends with the people on the list. That's step 9. You'll find that you'll get as much out of this as they're getting, maybe more, because the whole idea is to make this a quest of taking back your power. For so long, addiction has sucked the power out of your life because something else was controlling it. Addiction was like a big puppeteer, marionette. Okay, cut the strings and take back your life, and you make the moves. You move where you want to go. You do what you want to say. You think what you want to think because it's your life. You have to live it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go have some dinner. And I want you all to know how much I appreciate you guys tuning in. Again, like, subscribe, comment. Please tell a friend about these videos. Again, you'll never know what someone's going through unless you breach it with them. You know, I can't tell you how many times in my life people ask me, "Hey, where do you go on these meetings? What do you do? What's this blue book on your desk?" And when you share it with them, what you're doing, they may go ahead and say, "Oh, you know what? I'm kind of going through a similar situation." Okay, it's everywhere. Addiction is everywhere. Alcoholism is everywhere. So therefore, the disease is everywhere, and it's affecting everyone, every family. Either they're going to be dishonest and say they haven't, it's never been affected by their families, or they're going to be honest with you. Please say a prayer for me. Say a prayer for the prayer list. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. And by all means, let gratitude be your attitude. After this is all said and done, go forward with an open heart and say, it'll start with me. Let it start with me. Good evening. God bless you. And we'll see you soon, because I'm beginning to get my hang of this. And if as long as I can keep it going, I'm going to keep on making people smile, I hope. So have a good evening, guys. Bye.